Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we will be reviewing and comparing the pump action shotguns being the KRM-262, BY-15, and HS-0405. Shotguns have been a fan favorite weapon type, especially in Garena, due to their ability to quite literally bop someone in their absolute dominance in close quarters. There's one more special mention at the end which is just as viable and maybe even more lethal than these shotguns if you hit your shots. Before the stats, we talk about the builds. For the KRM and HS-0405, start with the Marauder Suppressor for range, accuracy, and concealment, or Choke for the HS-0405 for range and accuracy, Extended Light Barrel to further increase the range, Granulated Grip Tape for better ADS spread, 5MW Laser to improve hipfire and sprint to fire time, and finally, no stock for mobility. The BY-15 is built quite differently from the others, using the Marauder Suppressor and Extended Light Barrel to maximize the one-tap range, no stock and tack laser for faster handling, and most importantly, slug reload. Alternatively, you can swap out the laser for optics if you can't handle the iron sight. Let's start off with the damage and range. The KRM-262 has a great range and consistency, requiring a 4 out of 12 pellets to achieve a one-shot kill up to 11.6 meters, which covers most of your typical shotgun engagements. The HS-0405 fires 15 pellets instead of your usual 12, which gives it a better consistency up to 8.1 meters, taking 4 out of the 15 pellets to kill, although beyond that will take 6 out of the 15 pellets to kill up to 14.9 meters, which is slightly less consistent than the KRM. The BY-15 is an interesting case as the base gun has poor one-shot consistency and range, however it becomes a whole different beast with slugs equipped as it allows it to one-tap anywhere on the body up to a staggering 25.6 meters. It will drop down to a 2-shot beyond that, but because of the high damage values, it can still, in the very least, leave them on a sliver of health. All this comes at the cost of demanding the user's precision as it fires a single round instead of a cone of pellets. However, a shotgun will do you no good regardless of lethality if you can't hit your shots, so let's have a look at their accuracy. The KRM, when fully kitted out, has the best hipfire spread out of the 3 options and has better ADS spread than the HS-0405. The BY-15 with slugs has a base BSA score of 7.49 on the 11-point scale, which is more than enough for your typical ranges as it is on par with high accuracy ARs such as the Kylo 141. Its hipfire spread is also not the worst, although given the precision demanding the nature of the weapon, you shouldn't be hipfiring with it unless it is a last resort. The HS-0405 has the worst ADS and hipfire spread out of the 3 options, but it's offset by having the most pellets out of the 3. Another important factor is fire rate, and the BY-15 excels in this category at 82 rounds per minute, which is significantly faster than the KRM, which fires at 60 rounds per minute, the same as the Locust, and the HS-0405, which is the slowest at 49.5 rounds per minute, nearly identical to the DLQ. BY-15 has the fastest sprint at 6.65 meters per second, which is comparably faster than base pistols and loads of kitted SMGs. Next, the KRM is around 6.59 meters per second, which is around our usual switchblade build. HS-0405 is the slowest, being slightly better than the level of fastest base ARs like Type 25. In terms of handling, the KRM has the fastest sprint to fire time at 140 milliseconds and has a respectable ADS time of 210 milliseconds. The BY-15 has the fastest ADS time at 194 milliseconds and its sprint to fire time is average for shotguns at 180 milliseconds, which allows you to quick scope faster than other precision one-tap weapons. The HS-0405's ADS time is similar at 199 milliseconds, but its sprint to fire time is the fastest at 128 milliseconds. The BY-15 and the KRM have the same max size at 8, while the HS-0405 has 1 less shot. The BY-15 reloads the fastest out of the 3, taking 1.5 seconds, and the HS-0405 is the slowest at 2.73 seconds. The KRM sits between the two at 1.74 seconds. Now, while the flinch on these shotguns aren't as bad as it is on snipers, the shotguns are still one-tap slow-firing weapons, so flinch can be punishing as you have to be fairly accurate to consistently perform with them. All 3 shotguns with the recommended builds have a flinch value of 1.43. However, since the BY-15 uses slug rounds, the flinch can become a huge game changer for it. Since shotguns tend not to have negative multipliers, we recommend aiming at the middle of a player's torso to maximize the amount of pellets that land, so the flinch doesn't mess you up. To be fair, however, the flinch isn't a big issue because most of your engagements are at close range, but it can have an impact. To conclude, all three shotguns are incredibly strong, even borderline overpowered in close quarters due to the reliable one-shot capabilities and ability to abuse movement, which makes them near impossible to counter. However, they have their own distinct qualities, which would make each of them more appealing in different scenarios. The KRM is an all-rounder, having the great mobility and pellet spread along with the great one-shot consistency and decent fire rate, which makes it the best option for most players in standard MP out of the three options. The HS-0405 has the best sprint to fire time and one-shot consistency due to the pellet at the cost of fire rate and mobility. This is a great alternative to the KRM in standard MP modes, however it is undoubtedly the best option in modes with increased health such as BR or Attack of the Undead due to having higher max damage. The BY-15 is the most unique out of the three with its guaranteed one-shot kill which even extends beyond the range of most SMGs, while having the best fire rate and mobility out of the pump-action shotguns. This means it is one of the strongest weapons on paper. However, it is extremely reliant on the user's aim, which makes it perform closer to a marksman rifle. There is one more shotgun we want to cover, and that is the R90, which functions quite differently from the others. Being a 2-round burst, the damage is noticeably lower, taking 7 out of the 12 pellets to kill on average. Its ADS and hipfire spread is also not the best, being only slightly better than the HS-0405. This is compensated by the ability to fire twice before needing to rechamber, which means you can consistently kill in one burst, giving a TTK of 200 milliseconds up to a respectable range of 18.5 meters, which is only beaten out of the BY-15. Even if you don't kill in one burst, the rechamber time is only slightly slower than the BY-15 at 750 milliseconds, so you should be able to get the follow-up burst reliably. To make sure that it doesn't make the other shotguns irrelevant, it comes with some additional downsides. For starters, its mobility and handling are noticeably slower than the other shotguns, being more in line with heavy ARs like the AK-47. It also suffers from having an extremely long full reload time due to having an ammo count of 14, which you will be burning through rather quickly due to its faster fire rate. Despite this, the R90 is the best shotgun in MP as seen in the last year's World Championships, as it combines the range and fire rate of the BY-15 with the reliability of the KRM if you can handle the burst fire nature and ADS frequently to maximize its range. As for the R90 build, we recommend using choke and extended live barrel for range, 5MW laser, granulated grip tape, and heavy smoothbore to improve overall accuracy. That's all for today. Feel free to tell us your favorite shotgun to use in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe, and click the notification bell. Going dark.